than inside. And you have to remember, 95% of the world population is outside of the United States. If any of you here are marketing majors, you know that the market is the world. Okay? Now, Ronald Dulek said, sad but true, U.S. business people have the lowest foreign language proficiency of any major trading nation. U.S. business schools do not emphasize foreign languages as students traditionally avoid them. I've got my students here who could probably attest that. Now, what does that mean? You in India, we in the Philippines, they in Japan have an advantage over the U.S. Why? Automatically, we know two languages. Your languages and the English language. The United States, what do they know? Only English. I'm giving you this scenario. Okay? So that whenever you set your foot in the United States, you have to have confidence. Because you're ahead of them by having two languages. In fact, you can sell them without them knowing. Okay? Let's compare two countries. The reason I chose two is simply because I'm a Filipino and you're Indian. But not only that, but we are the top two countries that have great contribution to the world. Philippines is #1 exporter of human labor with 8.7 million distributed all over the world, concentrated in North America and Saudi Arabia and the Middle East. We are #1 exporter of nurses in the U.S. If all Filipino nurses in the U.S. were going to go on a strike, the whole U.S. healthcare will be paralyzed. That's how big. Every hospital in the U.S. has a Filipino nurse. We are the #2 call center in the world. And of course, India is #1. You are the #1 exporter of medical doctors in the U.S. Okay? And #1 call center. Indian computer engineers and IT techs can be found in 90% of companies in the Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley is the mecca of computer industry. That is where you will see Microsoft, that's where you will see Intel, Motorola. That is the mecca. And 90% of those companies have Indian employees and managers. And the fact that India is the second largest population in the world, you can imagine the huge source of intellectual manpower. So I'm giving you this global scenario so that you'll feel later on how you will probably fit into this. In the US, they are concentrating now on what we call triple bottom line. In fact, all our textbooks carry triple bottom line. Whether it's finance, accounting, business policy, human resource management, or marketing, it shows you the triple bottom line. Let me just explain what this is. It is said that when you do business, and according to Mr. Singh, the main concern of business is profitability, economics. Right now, that's changing. What is happening now is that aside from the economic responsibility, what is your environmental responsibility? And what is the social responsibility? If I go to the next slide, I'll give you the definitions. Social means pertains to a fair, beneficial business practices towards the community and the region in which a firm conducts its business. This started becoming very pronounced after the Enron, the debacle of the Enron organization. Enron was continuously recruiting on the pretext that it was doing business 1 week after they folded up and bankrupt.